straightaway at the Brickyard. Now he's actually going to go to victory lane at the Brickyard. J.W. Miller wins.
We are now 2 races away from setting a field of 10 drivers at a race for the Season 6 championship in the Great Lakes Sim Racing Black Horizon Brewery Truck Series season. And tonight, the field runs into a monster. The 1 mile Dover International Speedway, virtually on iRacing, the Monster Mile it is known as. And tonight, it is the host for something brand new here on iRacing and something brand new to the Black Horizon Truck Series season, and that is the new truck that you're seeing in real life as part of the Camping World Truck Series. It makes its debut here tonight in the Black Horizon Truck Series as we welcome you in to round number 9 just here for the GLSR 150, the Great Lakes Truck Series here at Dover International Speedway, virtually on iRacing. I'm the captain, Chris Scala. We welcome you in as we get ready for 150 laps tonight, 150 miles of racing around the Monster Mile. Going to be a very fun race as we get you ready, again, as I mentioned, for 150 laps of action. But first, the old point standings as we run going into tonight. Lucas Strayer coming off his first career win last week. He is leading the points right now, and he's got the 11-point advantage over Fontaine. J.W. Miller, Clark Gennikin, and Brandon Alphin, your top 5. Zach Allman, Alex Cummings, Justin Bondurant, Aaron Smith, Trey Eldridge. That is your top 10, and then it's about a 60-point difference or so back to Sean Peachin. Yeah, that's 60. Never mind. I can't do math. Sean Peachin, Ben Pierce is right there. Brett Murphy's right there. Dylan Glass, Cam Ingram is also in the running. So there are some names right there ready to pounce tonight as we have 2 races left this evening, or this season, I should say, in this series. Here's our schedule. Of course, Dover tonight, then it's to Michigan next week for the series traditional final race of the regular season at the Michigan Speedway, and then into the playoffs on March the 23rd. So we get ready for tons of action here at starting tonight at the Dover International Speedway virtually. So qualifying is over, and we have a different pole sitter tonight. One that I believe this is his first career series pole, and that is going to go to the driver of the number 28 Strada Italiano Chevrolet, Brandon Alphin, going to be on the pole as we take a look at the starting lineup. Brian Sutphin will start on his outside. Trey Eldridge continues his big season as he'll start next to Jason Dalton, who's looking to turn his season around. Dylan Glass, Sam Fontaine, they'll take row number 3. Row 4, Cam Ingram, Chris Evans. Row number 5, Travis Icavacci, good qualifying run for him alongside Peter Borges. Row number 6, Cedric Ingram, Alex Cummings. Row number 7, we'll see Tyler Brewer and Sam Barnes. Row number 8, Sean Peachin, Bryce McCune there in the 95 truck. Lucas Strayer, last week's winner, will start next to Drift there in 17th and 18th. Jason Clark, I believe did he qualify actually? Wait a minute here. Alongside Robert Lukens, Aaron Smith and Brett Murphy, row number 11. Row 12, Justin Bondurant, the points, or one of the top points guys. Back in 2013, he was fastest in practice. Not sure what happened there. Ben Pierce also going to start back there with him. Matt Telder, William Martin will take the 13th and final row in this race. As the field rolls out, and something interesting going on here. Whoa. Only 3 trucks rolled. This has got to be interesting. I'll wait for an update here. Something had to have gone wrong here. Unless we've got a 2000 and what was it, 2006 U.S. Grand Prix at Indianapolis again. So the green's out. I have no clue what's going on right now. Wait for the word and see what's going on, but we'll see what's being. Did everybody get kicked out or something? Maybe. Well, a lot of people disconnecting. I see. Wrong setup for the Toyota. That's never good. So there's another session apparently going to be going up. Then it looks like so. All right, we're going to take this quick commercial break brought to you by Something Random, and we'll come back. So I'm going to put the screen back up here and come back for the race. All right, back we are here in Dover. Looked like there was an error in the setups, apparently, for the Toyota truck. So for those who aren't on iRacing or don't know the details about this, basically what iRacing has is a setup that you have to put in for each specific vehicle. And each vehicle, literally, when you're setting up a race, you have to put a Dover setup in the Chevy, a Dover setup in the Ford, a Dover setup in the Toyota. And basically, that's how that is all set up to go. And unfortunately, the Toyota had a different setup in it. And now, because of that, everybody's got the same setup. And we might see a little different qualifying. And it looks like we have already, as Justin Bondurant has gone to the top now at 22.5. And I assume that he's probably in a Toyota. So let's see if that's the case, which could explain some things. I'm going to guess yes, because some reason Toyota emblems aren't showing. All right, so 150 laps tonight, going to make up 150 miles. It is a straight-up 1-mile oval. 24 degrees of bank, 9 degrees of banking in the corners as Fontaine goes to the front with a 22.50. Actually matches Bondurant's lap. Bryce McCune jumps to fourth, 22.56. And it looks like right now 6 trucks have not qualified. Clark, Lukens, Martin, Glass, Smith, and Drift have not run laps. Dylan Glass up to 6th with a 22.62. Is he still out there on a lap? Let's check him out as he goes down the back straightaway. In the Army Strong Ford F-150, of course, Dover Air Force Base right down the road here from the track. Second lap for Dylan, jumps to 5th with a 22.59. You got 250s, a 54, a 56, a 58, a 59, 62, 63, and 264s right now. Your top 10, so all within a tenth of a second right now of each other. All right, qualifying is all over with, and now let's take a look at the new starting lineup for tonight's race with the errors and stuff or the mistakes that were made. But unfortunately, those kind of things will happen, and here we are in the grid. Sam Fontaine on the pole. I'd be lying if I said I didn't make mistakes like this before, too. He gets Bondurant by 3/1000ths of a second for the pole, and then there's the 2 TIX teammates, Brandon Alphin, Bryce McCune in row number 2. Row 3, Dylan Glass, Brian Sutphin. Row 4, Trey Eldridge, Lucas Strayer, the winner last week again. He'll start in the 8th position. Alex Cummings, Sean Peach in row number 5. Row 6, Jason Dalton. And the Talladega winner, Ben Pierce, will start there in 12th. Matt Telder, Chris Evans, row number 7. Row 8, we'll see Cam Ingram and Peter Borges. Row 8, Tyler Brewer, Travis Icavacci. Row number 9, that is Sam Barnes and Brett Murphy. Cedric Ingram, Aaron Smith, they'll take row number 11. Row 12, Drift and William Martin. And Robert Lukens will be the 25th and final starter. Now this makes a little more sense of what's going on with Clark. There you see the new Chevrolet nose, the new Toyota nose. As they will get ready to roll off. Going to be tire conservation here tonight. This track eats up tires a ton in iRacing. So one thing you will see tonight is if you get out there and we get green flag pit stops, somebody will be at least 2 to 3 seconds faster by the end of a run. This is one of the rare tracks. I can honestly say Michigan was one that I did in the ARCA car, but in an actual truck race, I did blow a tire here at Dover from wearing it out too much on the right front. So it is possible to do on a run of only about 50 laps, 50 or 60 laps. You can melt the bead, and of course they go boom goes the dynamite and have all kinds of issues. So it is entirely possible here. So these guys are going to have to save that right front, and if they expect to run a long run here tonight, which this series obviously perfectly capable of doing this evening as the trucks roll off. Again, as they roll off into turn number 2. Some of the cameras might be a little bit different tonight. Unfortunately, our good friends at Track Cams 4 Gourmet, with these trucks being released literally yesterday, don't have the most accurate cameras, obviously, for these trucks that you normally see in the older trucks. So I know our good friend Itzvan is working on those to get that done, and hopefully we'll get them in the very near future. But you will see the cameras on the track. Look at all that tire rubber up top already from practice and qualifying. That is going to play a factor tonight. So we'll watch that closely as they come off turn 4. We have 2 races to go before we set the playoffs. Who gets the momentum heading to Michigan? We find out first on the Monster Mile of Dover. Green flag is in the air. Race 9 of the Black Horizon Truck Series season underway. Off turn 3 and 4, it is Fontaine as the 26 of Sutphin catches the wall off 4. Bottom groove going to be the way to go for a little bit here until tires wear out. And then from there, it should start to open up a little bit. You'll see some people doing what they call a diamond on the track. We'll explain what that is here in just a little bit, amongst others. Rewinder Brandon Alphin. As these guys pace themselves. Well, sir, no, actually it's iRacing. It's a simulator. Looks pretty real, doesn't it? 5 laps in, Fontaine, Bonder, and Alphin, Glass, McCune, your top 5. All these trucks running real tight. Kyler Brewer back here. '98 of Chris Evans there. There's the 12 of Peter Borges. Up front for the lead, Bondurant. Gonna clear Fontaine. No, not quite. Fontaine rolling back on the top side, but he'll give it this time. So move Justin Bonder into the lead. Second leader of the day. Here comes your winner from last week, the pink and black and purple and white and so many colors, Grit Toyota. And trouble on the track, Peter Borges has wrecked the number 12 and cautions out for the first time. And did Sam B get some damage? Looks like a little nose damage, but needless to say, it looks like Borges is going to get the worst of this. And that Turn 4 Racing Ford F-150 sees damage here at lap 8. Let's take a look. He's got the 10 behind him there of Brett Murphy. Cam Ingram there in front of him. Oh, no. Into the wall. Oh, and there's where Barnes gets involved. Looks like two people just going for one track position here. I think the 10 just tried to angle into the corner and the 12 was there. Well, you know what? The 12 also tried to keep off the wall there a little bit. So just an unfortunate racing situation there. I'm sure the 12 won't be happy about it. But he tows and goes to pit road. And we have got some cars on, or trucks on pit road already here. Look at this. Cedric Ingram on pit road. Aaron Smith, William Martin, Drift, Barnes, Murphy, and Lukens all on pit road. I'm not exactly sure what McDowell's is, but that works. Aaron Smith, of course, he was just on pit road. Aaron working on a top 3 streak right now, trying to keep that going tonight. So it looks like Borges is taking his truck behind the wall. Sam Barnes on pit road getting damage fixed on the 22 as his miserable campaign continues. We should get one to go this time by. So, yep, there was a new build yesterday on iRacing. Hopefully, if you're on there and you haven't been on there in the last couple of days, you might want to go download it. It takes a little bit of time. It's one of the bigger builds. We got 2 new tracks. You got the I-55 Speedway, which is owned by Ken Schrader. Of course, it's a dirt track. And was it Winton, I believe it's pronounced? The road course there, that has been released also. We got a couple of new stock cars. I think Brazilian stock cars to be exact. Got those being released. A IR Formula 4 car. And a whole bunch of other things. The new trucks. You see Fontaine there in that blue and yellow truck, which is a symbol to the Ukraine, of course, for what they're going through right now in their country. You see a few of those kind of colored trucks out here. And last week, Sam Barnes ran one. All right, pace car is going to pull off as we'll go back green at lap number 11. And the 11 truck of Bondurant leading. Dolphin going to get a good start on Fontaine as they battle for second. Dylan Glass right there behind him, trying to get third. Everybody clean off turn 2. Dolphin going to clear for the position. Here comes Dylan Glass. Oh, he clutches that apron. You got to be very careful when that happens. In trouble on the track. Looks like William Martin in the 5 has come around. And the second caution comes out. Let's see if we can see how this all transpires with Martin. Oh, maybe some contact with the 19 here. Yeah, Cedric gets in there pretty deep and unfortunately makes contact with William Martin, so William does a good job keeping off the wall, but the caution does come back out for the second time this evening. Going to bring more trucks back to pit road. Aaron Smith, the same guys, Prunes coming back to pit road. Here's Lukens. Martin going to get some damage fixed. Drift is on pit road. Sammy B going to be back to pit road. Actually, he's still on pit road 5 laps down. So, how that all transpires. So, want to take a quick look at the point standings again as we enter the race here tonight. You see Strayer leads, but I'm going to go down there to the 10th position in Trey Eldridge, who is the Bubble Boy, we'll call him right now. Of course, Seinfeld being an episode or a show I watch, and of course the Bubble Boy being a pretty fun episode to check out. It has me bringing out the term Bubble Boy tonight. And we're going to talk to Trey right now and bring him up here to us in chat and have a word with the guy who sits 10th in points right now. Trey Eldridge, you got a copy, bud?
Yep.
All right, Trey, 7th position right now in that very flamboyant number 92 truck for Brewer Motorsports. 10th position right now in points, obviously 13 laps in, and you got 2 races to either move up a little bit or, obviously trying to hold steady right there in the 10th position. What is it going to take for you to be able to hold off those guys coming behind you?
I just need to be more aggressive and stop trying to be a nice guy, to be honest.
Fair enough. Talk about Dover here a little bit. Obviously tough to pass, a new truck that some of you guys are learning, including you're in the Ford, which I believe the new Ford there is one of them. So anything you're feeling different than what we used to driving in that truck?
I think it's definitely feels a little bit faster and a little bit more grippier than usual.
Well, it's going to be very entertaining to watch here as you get this race going. So we wish you nothing but the best. 135 laps to go. And, hey, who knows? We'll talk to you maybe later on this race.
Yeah, hopefully.
All right, bud. Good luck.
Thank you.
You too.
You too.
And there is the 92 truck. We're going to move him to his channel here in a second. So I find out where the heck I am. There I am. You can tell he's obviously very focused. Trey is. Done a good job here in his rookie season. Pace car lights are off. We'll go back green here at lap 16 as Martin comes back off pit road. One thing I don't think can be argued is if we had to pick right now a truck team that would be the team of the season that has had the best season so far. It is the Millennium team, of course, got their third win with their third driver last week with Strayer going to victory lane. So Bondurant has his win, Ben Pierce his win, and Lucas Strayer his win. All three picking up their first win of their careers in the 6 seasons here of GLSR. All this in the last 8 races. They've showed their momentum, and here they are leading tonight. And Alphin's there in second. Fontaine, Dylan Glass, and Bryce McCune, your top 5 as we go back racing here at lap 17. And I am actually going to be quiet for this lap as we do a little tribute here. I wanted to do that as, of course, yesterday, if you didn't read the news, there was as one truck blinks out, Fontaine there, a terrible accident in Texas yesterday involving a hauler of David Gilliland Racing, their number 17 ARCA car that was going to race Friday night in Phoenix. Unfortunately, the driver passed away from it. It's a very sad deal there. And, of course, being on iRacing, you know what? We're all part of a racing community of sorts, if it's a simulator or real racing. So I felt that would be the one thing we could do to at least say our thoughts and prayers with that team and with the family of that driver. Just a very sad deal that happened in Texas yesterday. And felt that was the least we could do is a little moment of silence there for that lap for the 17 team of David Gilliland Racing. So 19 laps in the books. Brandon Alphin up in second behind Bondurant, Dylan Glass in third, Strayer, and a very blinking Sam Fontaine. Not sure what's going on, if he needs some tinfoil or what for his internet. As Strayer on the move from 8th to 3rd. So the Millennium Boys picking up where they left off. As I mentioned, a track that's very tough to pass. Got to preserve your tires and make them go as far as you can go. As McCune makes the pass on Fontaine or on Dylan Glass, so back to 5th he goes. How close it is to getting in that wall. You got 24 degrees of banking, and then all of a sudden it just transitions to 9 degrees of banking. And you're almost climbing up out of the corners and diving into them each and every time. Up here, Strayer continues his march. As William Martin comes to pit road, unscheduled pit stop there. And Strayer moving up to P2. Sean Peach in the 11th place driver in points. That Black Horizon Brewery number 21. They did come out with all 3 trucks, right? I want to make sure I saw that right, because I'm noticing that my cameras on board these trucks are the same for the Chevy and the Ford, but the Toyota's off, which is interesting to me. Back here, Jason Dalton, the Ford truck inside the 92. Dalton just trying to have a good race. One time this season, he has had big time struggles throughout. as he takes the 9th spot away from Eldridge. Behind him, the 98 of Evans, the 00 Ben Pierce. Let's go check out this battle here. The Ingrams attacking Ikavachi. Cam first, and then his father right behind him as Ikavachi's in the wall. And Cam's got some nose damage on that 7. "30 laps in, it is Bondurant in the 11 leading the 1 of Strayer by 1.7 seconds. Brian Sutphin here, the 26 car, or truck. Brian had a great run last week in his best run of the season, we should say. But tonight's race, the here for the GLSR, if you don't know what that is, it is a podcast that Sammy B and I host. We haven't unfortunately done one in a few weeks, and it's unfortunate, but that's just the way it's gone so far. It's been kind of busy. We could potentially have one this week done. We've talked about it and want to do it. It's not even a lack of want to, it's a lack of, we don't have enough time in a day, unfortunately, for some things in life. Speaking of podcasts, there's that Seth Talk Ford to the inside of the 92 truck. And move the 98 up to the 10th position. Couple teammates here nose to tail for the 3rd position with Alphin and Bryce McCune. Dylan Glass there behind him, and then there's Fontaine as these guys start to kind of spread out a little bit as tire wear starts to play an issue. Biggest mover in the race so far is one of the gentlemen who have come to pit road multiple times here with the cautions, Aaron Smith, who continues to work on his top 3 streak. Aaron restarted back in the 20s, and here he is now battling for the 12th position. Going topside, Charlie. Not sure if he put any tires on in those stops, but Aaron Smith gaining a position and moving up. We're 38 laps in, about 48 laps or so. They're talking about in a tank of fuel, but obviously with a couple of cautions, we should be able to go past 50. Sean Peach and Jason Dalton. 7th position here for Sean. And the 21 truck makes the pass. So Dover being a traditional Dover, but you got to worry about who again is eating up the tires and who's trying to preserve for a long run. Go up front. Here's your second, third, fourth, and fifth place trucks. Ride with Brandon Alphin there in the 28 truck. Third position for him. Just over 105 laps to go. We had some trucks come to pit road at lap 13. Others have stayed out from the beginning of this race. As they're going to go by the lap truck of Tyler Brewer here off turn 2. So the speeding penalty for Bondurant. I just realized my mic was muted there for a second. Comes back to pit road. And a 40-second penalty. He's going to lose about 4 laps when this thing's over with. And there's your leader, Aaron Smith. He is still yet to pit. He and Lukens and Murphy and Drift and Cam Ingram. Those 5 yet to, or Cedric Ingram, I should say, yet to pit. And the first one on fresh tires is going to be Lucas Strayer here in the 1 truck. And look at this. Oh, that's how quick the runs come here on new tires. Kuhn goes flying on by, so this is where you got to hope that the cycle just goes all the way through. And here comes Cedric, going to come to pit road now.
Time. Brent.
So Cedric to pit road here, 4 tires and fuel. And he will pull away 14.5, so good stop for him now. That leaves 4 trucks yet to pit. Aaron Smith, Lukens, Murphy, and Drift. Aaron's been up against the wall a little bit there. I wonder, is he saving fuel a little bit? Sounds like he was shutting his engine off. Oh yeah, he's shutting the engine off. You can hear it. Here comes Lucas Strayer, going to unlap himself from the leader, and here comes Aaron Smith, going to come to pit road. Coming in pretty hot. Look out! Drifts it on the pit road. Did I say it was tough to get on pit road here? Clark catching, unfortunately, Bondo, as he said, a little too quick on the gas pedal, and that is tricky too. That is one of the more underrated things about this pit road. I'll point it out here as Aaron Smith leaves the pits here. And Sam, your truck's smoking. Anybody got some brats or a steak or some dogs, something here? So Drift's going to lead now up here at the end of pit road. You're going to notice this cone, or that white line right there is the end of pit road. However, there is where you got to wait to speed. Very tricky at this track. All right, so Drift comes to pit road. So we've made it through pit stops. And Lucas Strayer going to be the leader. Bryce McCune in the 95 truck going to be second. Brandon Alphin, Sam Fontaine, Dylan Glass. Sorry. Just turn the engine off. Hear that? Or like I said, bring me some food. I'm hungry up here in the booth. All right, let's go back here as we're starting to see a battle for the 5th position. Sean Peachin rolling his way up here through the field. there. Ikavachi catching the wall off to 4. We got that battle going on here. Alex Cummings has been in a fight with the wall at one point. He's got Telder in front of him, Ben Pierce behind him in the 00 car, or truck, whatever we're driving here. Pierce going to go by. The Eldora winner, 2-time Eldora winner now. We'll see the 10 truck going by with the fresher tires here.
Good look good.
So we're just 5 laps already from the halfway point in this race. Go back here to Ben Pierce as he battles with Telder. That's a pretty spiffy purple truck, by the way, on Telder. I do like it. I'm trying to see what that's. This is black flag something. Everybody else is pretty much spread out. You got this battle here, and you got a battle back here with Chris Evans and Alex Cummings for the 12th position, also right behind him. Otherwise, this field's pretty spread out. So I mentioned the penalty earlier to Justin Bondurant. 3 laps down now because of it. 15 trucks on the lead lap still. Different tire strategies everywhere. Telder, good run off the corner. Black flag design, that's what his truck says. And Telder going to make the pass for the 9th position. Should mention Fontaine a few laps back on around Alphen for the 3rd spot, so that 91 truck running some of the faster laps out here on the track right now. 24-27 last time by in the 91 truck. Here we are halfway. I'm not sure if we're halfway started or halfway finished, but either way, we're halfway. It's one of my favorite lines I like to say when I'm out there racing. I know I'm weird. The halfway point, there's your leader, Lucas Strayer. Got 1.2 seconds over Bryce McCune, Sam Fontaine, Brandon Alphen, Sean Peach in your top 5. Next week, Michigan, the 6th running of the Prehistoric Force 200 at the Michigan International Speedway. 8:45 next week, and we'll set the 10 drivers who will race for the championship. After 200 miles next week at the Irish Hills of Michigan. Back here, Pierce putting pressure on the 92. it look as close in the truck as it does there, like when you're coming off the corner? Yes. Very tricky when you come off the 24 degrees of banking on the 9. It looks like you're going to slide right up in that other truck, and then it looks like you're squeezing them so the other truck reacts. And it can be very interesting coming off a corner like that sometimes when you're sliding around another truck. As Chris Evans, that's Sith Talk, number 98 to the inside of, whoa, hold on, Cummings. Got a little fish happy there, a little tail happy. Was a little Dover two-step off the corner. That would not have been good. Evans goes by for the position. Alex not having a good run tonight, 13th position for him. Back here, Cam Ingram still got some damage on that nose of his. Trying to get a caution potentially to get that fixed as he holds off, or trying to hold off the 10 of Brett Murphy, 16th position. Sam Fontaine, third position, and then right behind him sees a battle for fourth potentially coming is Brandon Alphin and Sean Peachin. Sean is slowly matriculated his way through the field and now sits P5 as Sean continues that search for that first career victory in the series. It's, I think, arguably the most overdue thing left in this season, or in the series for this guy right here, is to go to victory lane. Sean has come so close. He's putting pressure all over the 28 truck here. Cam Ingram coming to pit road. So is Bryce McCune, and so is the 28 of Alphin. All the TIX guys coming to pit road. You see a little bit of damage on that Strana Chevrolet, the 28. I wonder if this will bring some of the drivers to pit road. Fontaine going up to the top side here, getting a little grip up there in the middle, almost a little diamond off the track. Now for those trucks that came to pit road, they're going to hope that the yellow hanky doesn't go flying on this track. Oh, so it could be race over for those guys. And for Alphin, it could be a big hit to the championship points. Telder underneath his former teammate here for the 6th position. And Lucas Strayer coming to pit road. The 1 truck is in. Alex Cummings, did he have issues coming to pit road? He missed pit road. He sure did. I was looking for his name. I'm like, what happened? Alex Cummings, the first to miss pit road. Very easy to do here. He is not having a good night so far. Dylan Glass on pit road. Ben Pierce, Alex Cummings, I mentioned, Trey Eldridge in. Here comes Brian Sutphin, the fourth place entering the pits right now. Issues for Icavaci as he tows. No caution, no. That's a rarity. When you wreck here at Dover, it almost brings a caution every time. So a lucky break for a lot of these drivers. We should see the rest of these leaders in the next couple laps. Matter of fact, Fontaine's going to get the pit road right now as he locks it down. 35 miles an hour right there at that line. The French-Canadian driver handing the lead over to Sean Peachin. Sean and Robert Lukens now pit road. Just shy of 50 laps to go, and the laps just flying off the board here. Tires and fuel, and they all pull away. So Fontaine a 14.7. This right here would be a good judging of seeing how much you lose track position-wise with pit stops. Telder pitting from the 6th position. 17 truck having a great run tonight. And that hands it back to the guys that made the later pit stop in the race. Aaron Smith, Drift, Murphy, Cedric Ingram, Robert Lukens. A 14.6 for Telder as they pull away. See Lucas Strayer going through, following Telder. And there's your leader now, Aaron Smith. This is going to be the strategy to watch right here because these guys pitted later, and if they can get, which as a matter of fact, here's that lap right here, 48 laps to go. So when they make their next pit stop here, they can go the rest of the way on fuel. The question becomes, is this the right strategy, or is it the field waiting until later to pit and taking the tires and catching these guys going to be the strategy? Well, this is going to be interesting to see here. I say now that the window's open, these guys should be on pit road. Jason Dalton with issues, and he goes to pit road and jumps in. So, unfortunately, issues for the Ford truck. Let's see what has happened the last couple of times here. Ikavachi's had issues, and then the Ford truck right after that. Let's start with Travis. Goes up there, smacks the outside wall. Locks it up, decides last minute, trying to, oh, but that's not going to work. And Travis tows it from there. So very lucky we didn't get a pit road or get a caution at that point. And then what just happened to Jason Dalton? I'll have to go this way and find out. Trying to get something here for us. I don't know, unfortunately. So I tried. Unfortunate deal there. So. Oh, Aaron Smith is going to crash this time into the wall. There's the Matt Kenseth I was talking about. He drifted it last time. This time, not going to work. I think his run of top 3 finishes just went down the drain. Did I mention this is a tough pit road to get on? Drift gonna try to get the pit road. He ain't gonna make it. Oh, it's close. He ran over that box. That usually is a penalty. We'll see. I didn't think he was going to make it. Four tires and fuel for the 14. They let it go. Wow, 15-second stop. So how he made it somehow is beyond me. But look right here behind. The battle for the lead is on. Bryce McCune and Lucas Strayer. Laps to go. Alphin there about 7 seconds back. Fontaine about 7.5, and Dylan Glass 9 seconds back right now. It's your top 5: Sean Peachin, Telder, Sutphin, or Pearson, Sutphin, and that is one number that's beside me. Look at the trucks on the lead lap. Only 9 on the lead lap right now in this race. For third, Fontaine outside of Alphin. Brandon let him go. Go back here to the 8th position as Ben Pierce putting pressure on Trey Eldridge. Martin, unfortunately, not having a good night in a 5 in 21st position right now. Back here in the 11th position, Evans going to blink his way past Cam Ingram for the 11th spot. So, as I mentioned, 9 trucks on the lead lap right now, with Ben Pierce being the last one. And these guys got to get up to Sutphin, and right now they're about 7/10 or so of a second back from the 26. Matter of fact, there's Brian right there coming off turn 2. And we got multiple battles out here on the track. And Lucas Strayer's going to short pit and come to pit road. Strayer, who just came to pit road a few laps back, decides to short pit it. Right side tires going on. Four tires and fuel, and Strayer pulls away 14-7. And Bryce McCune coming to pit road. So I would say this McCune pit stop, and an interesting, the 0 there. Coming to pit road also. But McCune obviously reacting to the one truck here. So that gives Fontaine the lead now. He's got 2.9 seconds over Brandon Alphin. As Telder comes to pit road here into 17. As Telder gets away. 14.9 second stop there. Here comes Fontaine to pit road. Dylan Glass, Sean Peachin all on pit road now. 25 laps to go. And now Brandon Alphin going to come to pit road. So a lot of leaders coming in. When this all cycles around, it will give Drift the lead here. And Drift is done pitting, so he is good to go to the finish. It's a matter now Can the fresh tires get to him? Now, interesting strategy move here I've just noticed. Bryce McCune went 2 tires, and this is the battle for what could be the win. Strayer to the front. The 7th position right now. And look at the pit stop. McCune, 11 seconds. 14 for Strayer. So as I look at everything here, just trying to break everything down. You got Drift, you got Evans. You got Cam Ingram, Brett Murphy, Brian Sutphin, and Aaron Smith. Those 6 still yet to pit here with 21 to go. As Sutphin comes to pit road now, so as Cam Ingram coming to pit road now, so that leaves 3 trucks yet to pit. Interesting here. Bryce McCune is still on the back bumper. Strayer, they're getting aggressive here. Contact. And McCune back to the front. McCune has driven away to about a 0.3 of a second lead here. Not sure if something's developed in Strayer's truck or what's going on here. But from what I'm seeing number-wise, Strayer took 4, McCune took 2. There's something I don't know going on here. But this is the guy, this is the rabbit everyone's chasing right now. Drift has 4.3 seconds over the second place truck that has now become Bryce McCune as Evans is up against the wall. Back here, Sam Fontaine has gone by Cedric Ingram for position as Chris Evans comes to pit road. Oh, by the way, it's a good time to remind everyone that we are 8 for 8 on different winners this season. We are looking potentially for a 9th winner in 9 races. The top 2 have not won a race, not only this season, but in their GLSR career. Brent Murphy in a 10, running 4th right now. Jason's his dad, actually. When the iRacing account was bought, his dad bought the account for him. So actually, I've changed it over here on my end to where it's Bryce. Fontaine putting pressure on Aaron Smith. This is for 5th. And he takes the position away. McEwen's pulled away to about 0.8 of a second on Lucas Strayer. And Fontaine's about 5 seconds back from that battle there. As Drift, can he do it? 10 laps to go. His tires are about 12 laps older. There's Bryce McEwen right back there, that white and red number 95 truck. A little bit of damage on the 14 truck there, as you see on the right side. 1.3 seconds now. There's Lucas Strayer. Sam Fontaine way back here in 4th. Brett Murphy. And you see Dylan Glass right behind him. That's going to be a battle for 5th here in a second. Five laps to go. Two trucks separating McEwen from Drift. Now here's an interesting thing. Chris Evans back here is a teammate to Drift. And an even interesting comment, Ingram is a teammate to McEwen. Do we have teamwork going here? Oh, now Evans blinks out. Three laps to go. And that's going to bring Strayer in here. Evans protecting the bottom. Going to be coming to the white flag. Final lap for Drift. With his teammate right there between him and second place. We're going to get our 9th winner in 9 races in the Black Horizon Truck Series. An upset. Drift goes to victory lane in Dover. And a probably pretty unhappy Bryce McEwen, I would say. an interesting situation there that I think is going to be probably talked about after this race is the 98 helping out the 14 go to victory lane. The 7 was up in front of the 14, was a teammate to the 95, and he just drove off. I can't say I blame either one of them for what happened. Let's take a look at the finishing order for the race. Drift wins it by 3/10 over Bryce McCune, Lucas Strayer, Sam Fontaine, and Dylan Glass. Your top 5, Brent Murphy finishes 6th, Brandon Alphin 7th, Aaron Smith, Sean Peach, and Cedric Ingram, your top 10. Telder 11th. 12th goes to Lukens, Pierce 13th, Trey Eldridge 14th, and Sutphin going 15th. Cam Ingram, Chris Evans, Alex Cummings finishing in the 18th position. 19th going to, why is this not working? There it is. Bondurant, 20th to Tyler Brewer. 21st, Jason Dalton. 22nd goes to William Martin. 23rd, Travis Ikavachi. 24th, Sam Barnes. And 25th goes to Peter Borges. Jason Clark, 26th. And that's it. Clark didn't race. That's right. So 25th to the Peter Borges truck, unfortunately, for him. So, all right. It's going to be an interesting victory lane to talk about. So let's get the third place finisher up here with us, Lucas Strayer. A top 3 run for him. And we'll drag him up here to me here as soon as I get myself. There we go. As Lucas finishes in the third position for you. Congratulations. Tough race there, Lucas. Looked like you had a pretty good truck. What was the difference in the end? I mean,
strategy got Drift the win, so congrats to Drift. That was pretty cool. And I'm looking back at McCune took 2 tires to jump me, and then how hard it is to pass here. Just I had a battle with him. Yeah, he kind of bumped me going in the corner, got by me, and then I just never had a chance to pass him back. So, I mean, I'll take a third. I mean, yeah, like third place is pretty good. I'll take it. I think this will lock me into the playoffs, so I can go into Michigan with a sigh of relief the whole way.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Well, great job, and yeah, that's the momentum that gets carried on to the playoffs for you, and hey, a chance to lock up the top seed too.
Yeah, I'm pretty pumped in. I'm pretty pumped up. Yeah, I'm pretty pumped up. I feel bad for Bondo. I mean, I finished third, and Bondo was faster than me, so who knows where he could have finished if he didn't have that speeding penalty. So tough break for him, but like, hey, I'll take a third. Move on. Gotta thank Grit. Gotta thank Millennium. Gotta thank Fierce. I'm going to go get a beer because it's a third place, and you know what that means.
Get yourself a Black Horizon beer. Great job tonight finishing in the third position. Shout out to who you like to, bud.
I already said my sponsors, so that just means this whole shout out is about you, Chris Scala.
You don't have to do that.
It's all about you. You put on a fantastic broadcast. You do what you have to do to make this happen, and we appreciate you all the time. So this entire shout out is just to you.
Look, you guys put the race on. I just sit here and call it. So great job on your guys' end. Congrats on another great finish for you. The momentum continues, and we'll see you in Michigan next week.
See you then, man.
All right, buddy. Sounds good. And that is Lucas Strayer, the one truck finishing in the third position. And this is going to be interesting of an interview for me. So let's go down and talk with the driver of the 95, if he wants to talk to me. Let's see how this goes. He's probably pretty unhappy right now. Let me get Bryce up here with me and bring him up here. Bryce, a second place finish. Obviously just coming up a little bit short. That 2-tire strategy, though, that call, what a call that was.
Yeah, it made the car a lot more free. I got passed by Strayer a little bit there, but then he blocked me down the backstretch, and I had to move him up just a tiny bit. But, I mean, 2 strategies, I don't know how it worked out, how it did, but it did.
Yeah, a great race for you in a season that has been a lot of struggles, but here lately you've started to pick it up and get some momentum going.
Yeah, just getting to my tracks. Luckily, I'm staying around less people that are going to wreck me, I guess. Getting up front, qualifying better, not wrecking other people. It's doing a lot better now.
Absolutely, man. Well, great momentum for you. I know probably disappointed finishing second. Probably a little happiness there, too, to get that good run you deserve. But congratulations and shout-outs, man, whoever you like to, bud.
Yeah, I got to thank Strata, Dale's Pools, BryceMcKeown.com, RD Designs, Captain Esports Network, Ryan Waker Chevrolet, TIX Racing, and that's all I can think of.
There you go, man. Well, congrats on the second place run. Great job, and we'll see you at your home track next week in Michigan.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely. Bryce McKeown finishing in the second position. As always, I lose my place of where I am here anymore. What happens when you try to multitask in life? As we'll move Bryce down, and let's talk to the winner of this race, Drift, a young man who lives about 30 minutes down the road from me, and a guy that actually races for me in other leagues. It's kind of weird. We race as teammates in other leagues. I can't even. Where is he? Oh, you know what? I just realized. Drift's going to talk to me in chat because that's how Drift is. So Drift's going to talk over there to the right. Drift, congratulations, man, on the win. And obviously the momentum carries for you, obviously. He's running his tank dry in the first run. Realized he had to two-stop it when it was all over with. But Drift, how hard was it with those lap cars passing you, man? Just kind of curious of that. And also, how's it feel to be a winner now in GLSR? And how's it feel to be the 9th winner in 9 races here? So figured I'd ask those couple questions. You want to answer those over in chat. Drift's not one that talks in a chat much, so his microphone's not the best working thing in the world. So yeah, but while he answers those questions, we'll talk about next week. We go to Michigan. The final race of the playoffs goes on next week. So or final race of the regular season before the playoffs goes on next week in Michigan. Of course, we'll get 10 people into the playoffs and then go from there. But needless to say, I think we're in for a wild one next week, as these trucks will be all but wide open for 100 laps around that 2-mile oval. So it is going to put somebody in the playoffs and others not so much in the playoffs. And, yeah, I think Michigan's going to be very interesting. The Prehistoric Forest 200 coming up next week, 8:45 Eastern Time, as we'll go from there. So congratulations to Drift on the win. I'll leave the stream up here for a second as Drift maybe answers my questions or not. But either way, congratulations to him on the victory and everybody for racing tonight. Shout-outs to Black Horizon Brewery on sponsoring, of course, the series the last couple of seasons, and, of course, to the Great Lakes Sim Racing Series. Appreciate everything that they do for the series, Travis and Sam and Sean Peachin and Blaine, who's not here. Shout out to all those guys for how hard they work. So great job to Drift on the win, as mentioned, but everyone there. So congratulations. His motor just blew. And remember, this isn't just a game. It's iRacing. See ya.
seals it. He's going to score his third win in 4 races. Road America to Dylan Parker. There's a photo of J.W. Miller with his father on the front straightaway at the Brickyard. Now he's actually going to go to victory lane at the Brickyard.